Booyah.
I create. Bye.
That's interesting. Here I am. Oh, I'm here, guys. Had a technical difficulty, a little glitch before I got started here, but I made it. So here we go, guys. What's happening, everybody? Am I sounding clear? Am I sounding loud and clear? Welcome to the Vodka stream. Yeah, that was weird. That was the first time I've ever seen an ad pop up like that. That was very strange. Usually that's never happened, but okay. Well, welcome to the Vodka stream, everybody. Cheersies. Got that vodka poured. Nice. Delicious. Cheers, guys. Thank you for clicking in. What a day. What a day. What about that Star Wars trailer, guys? Woo! Teaser, I should say. Teaser. Sounding good, looking good. Let's do it. What's up, Men in Tights? What's up, Clay Dalian? Yeah, Venom. Eggy. Hey, look, and Amanda's here. She's here, guys. She made it. Probably the only female in here right now. Couldn't join. No problem. No problem, Ferris. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. So, hey, how about that Star Wars teaser, guys? What'd you think? What's going on? We're going to jump into that already? I'm actually going to have somebody join in on conversation in about 20 minutes or so. He's still up for it. Talking about the phone call stuff and everything. I know a lot of people were asking about that, and I've been kind of clashing with people about it. Andrew, what's my take on the phone call thing? It's definitely made an impression. It's made an impression, and I guess the first round, the first campaign, it was just like, okay, done and done. And now there's a couple different responses that are happening. With that. So who is joining? His name is Zod Writer. He asked if he wanted to come on. I know he's got his own podcast. He's had Chris Wong on his podcast and everything. Yeah, Zod Rider's coming on. He's going to come on. And I love that shot of the Death Star in the sea. Yeah, that looked really good. That was fucking awesome. What's your theory of where Rey is from? Hey, I can't say that yet. I can't say that because I have to do a video about it. I've been holding on to my theory since Last Jedi. My theory is like, I've been thinking about it, and then I was going to do a video, and I just kind of was sitting on it. And anybody that I talked to about it, you know, they always went, wow, that's actually not bad. I didn't think about that. So I thought it was a good theory. And hopefully you guys think it's a good theory, but I'm going to do it in a video probably next week. So it's going to be interesting. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Just when I thought I was out, Abrams and Terrio pulled me back in. Yeah. Some people checked out Last Jedi. I wasn't one of them. I liked Last Jedi. I'm not saying it's perfect. There's some things in there I'm like, okay, interesting. But we'll see. The title Rise of Jane implies that at the very least she takes the name. Yeah, I know. You kind of wonder. It's like Rise of Skywalker. They talk about Ben or they talk about Rey? But I guess we'll find out. We know what's going on. Daisy Ridley makes my Skywalker rise. Dirty. You're dirty. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. How dare you? Sorry, I'm just getting a little lubed up, so I'm already like sipping on it. That's why I poured extra tonight, because I didn't really. I drank like a glass and a half of wine before this, and then I ate like a half a pizza, and then so that kind of soaked up some of the alcohol I already had. So I was just lubing up again. What are your thoughts on the Old Town Road song? I don't know what that is. Who is Ray's father? It's a good question. Thoughts on the new Hellboy? Well, when you saw my first reaction, where I was kind of like, okay, you know, and I shot my film review. I just hadn't time to edit it together. It's going to be up tomorrow, so don't worry. I'll post that tomorrow. I got to post it soon because I'm going to a Dodger game tomorrow. So I'll be leaving around 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock and stuff. And I think Rey and Kylo will take on Palpatine. Yeah, you never know. Yeah, it seems like it might get that way. I want another solo flick more than this. Wow. You're one of the few. I liked Solo. You know, like same with Last Jedi. I had my problems with it, but whatever. Are you drinking Smirnoff vodka again? That shit is not smooth, bro. I think it's smooth. To me, it's smooth. I'm liking it. Yeah, Aries versus Darkseid. How about that? Yeah. Some of you guys said you called WB, right? Yeah. I know that was like a big thing today, and you know, I know a lot of people were a lot of excitement with all that, with some of the responses for some of the operators that you know, basically said certain things. Is the Snyder Cut near? That's still up in the air, man. The knowledge I have is where it's no long. It's not closer than it was, and it's not farther than it was. I guess I don't know. I mean, the word of mouth stuff is just that's what's really doing it, man. But you know, when it comes to the phone call stuff. Like the responses that people were getting, some people were saying that the operators were, and I think Zodrider is going to chime in on this when he comes on, because he was one of the people that talked about this. Was one of the operators flat out just said that they're prepping it for a release, and according to the information I've received, talking to people, connections, that's not true. The operators don't know much more than what we know. They're being told to pretty much just get the people off the phone. They know it exists, and they know that we know it exists. That's how far it's gotten. Because I guess at first, with the first round of the campaign for calling, was basically they were just like, "There's no word on it," and this and this, and now they're saying they can't say anything unless there's an actual announcement that's going to be coming out. Like they're gonna, you know, talk to a trade, and they're gonna basically release the information that yes, we're finally going to release it. Let's see, Film Junkee chat exclusive. I'm still thinking Stacey Snyder. Yeah, people want Snyder, but I'm hearing that she might not end up getting it. But Dave, I called WB today, and the lady said we're not allowed to comment on the film. Yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. But there was a couple times too where stories have changed, and I don't know. I got into it with some people because I said, you know, they're putting way too much credibility on somebody who's just answering phones. That's what it is. People are just answering phones. Mr. G, it exists, but it isn't finished. No, it's not. That's what it is. It's not finished. The VFX still need to be finished. What I was told, they're about close to maybe 70% finished, 75%. And, you know, Snyder, he likes to be pretty detailed and stuff like that. So it's interesting. Let the past die? Guess not. Are you talking about Star Wars? Do you think JJ and Zack Snyder are friends? Yeah. Remember at Comic-Con? They were going back and forth. Of course they're friends. Yeah, when it comes to the calling thing, and of course I'm getting people that are turning against me and thinking I'm like saying this is always what happens, guys. Anytime that I come in with information or I try to bring some information or clear up some information, because I know, I get it. We all get hyped, and especially when things are being said and everything, and the hype train just gets, you know. Yeah, it was it is 3.5 hours, 214 minutes to be exact. So when all the hype's going on, and then I'm going, well, wait a minute, back up here, guys. All of a sudden, we're just going to take the word of operators. You can't do that. Can't take the word of operators because they don't know more than we know. They really don't. So, you know me, I'm a fan of Kuwait. How are you doing, buddy? Hey, what's up, big Batman, big fan? I had a bad week. Your aunt died? Damn, dude, I'm sorry to hear about that. Well, cheers to your aunt. Cheers, man. Batman, big fan. Cheers. Thank you, Ferris. I'm just trying to give proper information. I'm not going to tell anybody to not call. If you're going to call, you're going to call. I'm just telling you what I'm hearing, okay? And from what I'm hearing, and I'm going to tell you guys what I've heard from people within the biz that talk to people, you know, word of mouth thing and everything like that, is Warner Brothers right now doesn't know what to do with the phone calls, but they know. They're hearing it. But it moved the needle to where they're telling the operators to just get them off the phones. And also what I've heard is these operators or these people that are answering the phones, receptionists, whatever, are getting tired of it. They're getting tired of always getting these phone calls. That's why they're saying the same things over and over and over again. And then they can't comment until something is properly released by Warner Brothers. I just realized I don't have the live chat up. I just have the top chat. Oops. Sorry, guys. So sorry if I didn't see everybody. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Some people, you just got an email. Whoa, Steven. What are you talking about there, Steven? But anyways, you know, I'm not trying to burst bubbles and be that guy, but I'm always seeming to be that guy. And then, of course, they got those lovely people that just love to just call me out and say that I'm saying that the Snyder Cut's not coming and this, that, and this. Now, I'm just trying to get proper information out there. And from what I'm hearing is they don't know what to do with these phone calls. They know that it's there. They know that people are calling and people are requesting it. But that's about it. That's about it. Dudes like Vinaldo and World are claiming the Aquaman succeeding derailed the progress made by the phone campaign. Where are those gatekeepers now? Yeah, that guy. Hey, Russ is here. Yeah, there you go. You know, so I'm trying not to. I just always seem to be the guy, like I always say, that pisses in the Cheerios. And then all of a sudden I get called out and my words get spun like, hey, man, he's just saying not to be excited about the Snyder Cut. Fuck that. And I'm like, no, that's not what I said. I don't say it. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm not saying it's this, that, or this. I'm just saying let's get some proper information out there. That's what I want to get out there. It's proper information. And the fact of the matter is we got operators that know more than we do and, you know, less than what we know. I'm sure some of these operators, some of these receptionists, whatever, didn't even know about this until they got these phone calls. You know, so Dave, do you think realistically about the situation? It's a good thing. You think, yeah, see, that's what I try to do. I want to be realistic. You know, I have my integrity, right? So there you go. Batman actor news. Didn't you hear? They cast somebody for Titans. Who's like, what? 68 years old? Fucking not. I'm just kidding. The dude from Game of Thrones, right? Forgot his name. Well, yeah, I'm just making that joke. I haven't heard anything about the Batman, about Matt Reeves' Batman. I haven't. So, Dave, would you rather have Abrams direct Man of Steel or Cores? I think I'd rather have him do Man of Steel. Let's get him out of space. You know, he's 57. Yeah, he's an older dude. It's crazy. I don't know. I was kind of like, all right, fine, cool. We got another crotchety Batman. Yeah, like, what is it? Ian? Do you think Luke will have some kind of resurrection? I think they're going to do some cool stuff with the Force ghosting stuff. That's what I'm hitting. Dave, you're boring the shit out of me. Get Zod on here. Well, I'm sorry to do that to you, Mr. Hoskins, but this is my show. I do what the fuck I want. I'll bring him in here in a little bit, okay? Jeez. I'm talking with you guys first. And then I'll bring him in here and we'll chat, and then that's it. I heard a theory that they're going to start referring to people that have the Force as Skywalkers. Oh, since the way that the Jedi is. Oh. So Rise of the Skywalkers. Was it going to be like Skywalkers? Yeah, JJ was going to do a flyby, which is very interesting. If you read some of the details on that, very interesting. And of course, Henry Cavill, he auditioned for it. When pissing in the Cheerios, do you prefer plain, honey nut, frosted? I think I prefer plain. Yeah, just give it a little bit. Just give a little bit of a oomph. Didn't they show young Batman in season 1? I know. I'm wondering how they're gonna play it. I don't know how they're gonna play that because he seemed. I don't know. Maybe they're just gonna make him look younger. I don't know. Hey Dave, tonight I bought Pedro's Shazam form Funko Pop. I wanted to. Good job. Vote for Pedro. I make your all your wildest dreams come true. I could see Michael how do you say his name? Doherty for Green Lantern. Yeah, it looks like he's killing it with Godzilla. Jesus. Thank you, Miss the YouTuber, for saying that I'm one of the best entertainers. Dave for WB president. I don't know if I want that job. I'd be greenlighting everything. That sounds good. That sounds good. You get a movie. You get a movie. Y'all get movies. All you have to do is just say little things. I get a little wiggle in my pants, and that's it. You got it. Greenlit. Fucking A, man. Well, apparently we have Peter Doherty here. If I'm even saying his name right. Snyder. The only way this ends WWE, either you release the Snyder Cut or I do. That'd be cool. He didn't actually say that, right? No, he didn't say that. Hey, Dave, you think the Wonder Woman 1984 is really a reboot? I hope not. Dave, do you buy Sandberg's reason for what happened regarding the Henry Cavill's lack of cameo? Scheduling conflicts, right? Is that what it was? I'm trying to remember. I don't know. I think it's still very much up in the air. My thoughts on Doom Patrol, it's a better show than Titans. It's good. Would you greenlit a solo Robin film? Absolutely. A Jason Todd solo film. No, I probably haven't. I don't know how. What would be a good for a Robin film? Thank you. Thank you for liking my reaction videos. What's up, Osmitis? Cheers. Dave, as president, will let this operate. See, that's the thing. I don't think the people answering the phone, they're not lying. And that's the thing. I was being accused of that. I was saying that they're lying. They're not lying. They're just being told, get them off. Go. Just read this, say this, and get them off the phones. That's all I'm saying, really. So Tim Drake movie, that'd be good. Tim Drake, Dick Grayson showing up as Nightwing. Where's the Nightwing film? I don't know. I was really looking forward to it when I was like in the running for all this stuff. I was really looking forward to it. But I don't know if that's happening now. If Sam Worthington becomes Superman, Disney would let what? Sam Worthington as Superman? I don't think so. If you were WB president, what would you do first? Release the Snyder Cut. Yes, of course. I'd be like, first let's get that out there, okay? Obviously, I heard Zod Rider is coming on the stream. When? I'll probably get him in here in about 10 minutes. We'll talk a little bit about stuff. Sam Worthington is too old for that. Nah. How old is Sam Worthington? I don't even know how old he is now. I mean, he's been around for a bit. I mean, what? Because like Avatar? Well, Avatar came out in 2008. I don't know. No one's too old, Amanda. Next thing you're going to say is Ben Affleck was too old to play Batman. And you better not say that in this room. You better not. Man, I might have to pour some more vodka. I'm like sipping on it pretty quickly here. Sam Atkins? Yeah, at one point maybe, but Sam Atkins, no, I don't know about his acting chops. Yeah, Ashton Kutcher as a Superman? Bring it. Can anyone agree to not bring us dingus? What? Okay. He was in Terminator Salvation, probably the best one I've seen. Really. You liked Salvation? Salvation had some good moments, but overall, you know, McG, it almost like he was trying to make like this apocalyptic Transformer movie. I don't know. It was weird. Avatar was 2009. Sorry. Shut up, Hoskins. Would you give $50 million to Snyder to finish it? Absolutely. But at the same time, you got to make sure it's going to be profitable. And that's another thing, guys. Word of mouth for the Snyder Cut is always a good thing. And that's what we always got to do. Word of mouth. We've come a long way since it came out. Come a long way. The community keeps growing. It just has to keep on growing. Okay? And when we have people with big followings that are kind of going, well, shit. And we got people on like Collider and stuff realizing that, hey, it does exist. I want to see it now. We got to embrace that because they could put out the word. And I know some people don't want that because, you know, that's just the way it is. Oh, fuck those guys. No, it's not the way it is. You know, keep your enemies closer. Remember that? No, but, you know, it's all about good word of mouth. It really is. Dave, do you think the big announcement will be done at Comic-Con this year about the Snyder Cut? Right now, I don't, because I haven't heard anything. Yeah, one of the dudes from Collider is now wanting to see the Snyder Cut, which is a good thing. I don't care what they said before. All I'm saying is look at people are coming around. There's no harm in that. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I believe Collider is mainly worthless. But I'm just saying, when one of the dudes who has a pretty significant following is on his podcast going, hey, look at all this. I mean, it sounds cool. The Snyder Cut sounds good. I'm all for that. Tyrone Magnus. Big time. You know, he said that in one of his videos. You know, just don't get too crazy with it because Tyrone Magnus, he said it one time, you know, said that he wanted it, but he hasn't said anything since. That's another thing. We can't just always, as much as like it's nice when a person with a big following says it, they're not going to, they're not going to always follow up. I mean, the whole Ben Shapiro thing, Jesus Christ, that guy has over 2 million followers and he literally tweeted out to somebody, release the Snyder Cut. That was cool, but at the same time, it wasn't like it was going to turn into something, you know, because it wasn't like he was going to write articles and, you know, videos about it, you know. But the fact that somebody with that big of a following said that just shows that it can reach those big fucking numbers, you know. And that's what it's going to take to get this thing to get out there. You know, Warner Brothers wants to see dollar bills, okay? They want to see dollar bills. Simply that. They just want to see the dollar bills. Is there enough money in it? I don't know. That's what they want to see. They want to see if there's money in it. Money is what's going to push it out there. I mean, look at how long it took for Donner to get his cut out there. Just takes time. Yeah, Ben Shapiro was, as much as he's very divisive, a lot of people do not like Ben Shapiro. But hey, guess what? 2 million followers, and he fucking tweeted out, release the Snyder Cut. I mean, it was to somebody. The context was a little iffy, but whatever. Stephen DeKnight, he's also expressed. It's great. That's what I'm talking about. Word of mouth helps, and that's what we got to use. Yeah. So, I mean, he wants to be cast in a film. Yeah, who doesn't want to be cast in a Snyder film? Everybody does. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Damn, dude. Put some ice on that? Ice on what? The Donica didn't have social media. Exactly. The Donica didn't have that. Now we have all these tools at our disposal, and now we could just utilize, hopefully, these tools to get the word of mouth out there. It's just difficult, man. What's the one thing that annoys you as a DC fan when people talk shit about Zack's 5-part movies? Batman killing, Batman dying, Superman being angry. I get annoyed with that, but I'm like, whatever. Alex Jones supports the Snyder Cut. Alex Jones, yeah, the Snyder Cut. Yeah, gotta get it out there. Yep, Snyder Cut. Dizzy, really? I don't think I've heard that. Chastain doesn't want to be in a Snyder film. Of course. She thinks that he like fucking sexualizes women and shit like that. She sucks. Yeah, I'm gonna have to probably pour more. See, I didn't lube up as much as I usually do. So I'm barely starting to feel things, man. You know, so I might have to, before I get a Zod Rider on here, I might have to pour just a little bit more, guys, because I'm like sipping on it pretty quickly here. I mean, look at how fast I've already sipped on it. Eesh. Straight out the freezer, motherfucker. Do you think if an independent producers, not on Warner Brothers payroll, put their money towards the Snyder Cut, it would give Warner Brothers incentive to push the editing forward? That's up in the air because, I mean, they still own it. You know, they still own it. I'm not really that drunk at all. That's what's sad. Like I said, I ate a half a pizza before I came on here, and I didn't have anything. I didn't have really too much to drink beforehand. So, yeah. So, like I said, I'm gonna. He's going back to Pornhub. I'll get him on here soon. Okay. Let me freshen up the drink because, like I said, sipping on it too fast. Okay, we're good. Better. I never use a green screen. Oh, only my normal videos. That's all. All right. Let me bring in my guest. See if he wants to chat it up a little bit. I don't think he's not going to be on video. I think he's just going to be on voice. So no big deal. So here, I'm sending him the link now. Let's see if he joins in. Do a little chatting because I wanted to do more of this. You know, when it comes to people who, smaller channels and stuff like that, I'm always about helping. I'm always about discussing. Was the cheese okay? Are you talking about when I got fucking sick? Yes, the cheese was okay, Russ. You know what's sad? I had a burrito today that had nacho cheese in it. I was a little worried. But as you can see, I'm okay. Tostitos nacho cheese, not happening for me. I'll get more people on this thing, Like I said, this is, who poisoned me? Yeah, see, that's what happens. You start not saying the right things about the Snyder Cut, people try to poison. People try to poison you. So, anyways, that was really bad. Jeez, what a fucking shitty week. And then I was like, and then I was off work on Wednesday, and I started getting the scratchy throat and like stuffy kind of nose. You could still kind of hear it, but it's leaving my body. I'm like, geez, man, what is going on with my health this week? You did forget to ask me about my food poisoning, Amanda. How dare you? What kind of friend are you? Jeez. Hey, Zod, I just sent you the link. Look at your DMs. Look in your DMs, man. I sent the link. Yeah, it was from Tostitos Nacho Cheese. I knew it smelled funny, but I didn't care because I wanted some nachos. Check your DMs, man. I sent you the link. Chastain's Twitter feed is cringe fest. Yes, it is. That's why I don't follow her. Yes, I know. Zod said I sent him the link. Yeah, it was awful, Amanda. It was. Basically, I was up from like probably about 1 to about 6 o'clock in the morning throwing up. In and out. And then I felt feverish and achy all day. All day. It was awful. And then that went into Sunday. And Sunday, my energy was starting to come back. Yeah, it was fucking crazy, man. It was awful. It was absolutely crazy. Eat garlic every day. Is that supposed to help? Or is that supposed to keep vampires away? I don't know. That could be it. I mean, you get some garlic farts, man. No vampire's gonna fuck with you. How great is Children of Men? Oh, that's a fantastic movie. I haven't watched that movie forever, though. I need to watch it again. Really good movie. Yeah, it was. It was really rough. Yeah. You didn't hit me up seeing how I was doing or nothing. It's terrible. It's just terrible. Terrible friend. This is my first live stream. Pretty damn fun. Yeah, Benefactor. This is what we do. It's just me talking to you guys as I sip the vodka. There's nothing wrong with that. Take some antibiotics. Yeah, I mean, I was fine. I was really worried. I was really worried that I was going to have to go in because I was violently ill. Like I'm fairly certain my neighbors, I woke up my neighbors just, ah! Oh, Jesus Christ. Mika Kelly can do anything and I'd watch. That woman is too fucking gorgeous. That's the only way you could describe her. Is gorgeous. She's gorgeous. It's sick. She's so fucking gorgeous. She's ugly. I mean, my God. Amber needs to stop acting like she's an activist in women, and she's clear just as guilty. Yeah, thank you, Parker. Yeah, the whole fucking Johnny Depp and Amber Heard shit. I'm getting so tired of people taking sides because they like the fucking Pirates movies or they're fucking Aquaman fans. It's like they're both toxic people. There's enough information on them and evidence that shows that they are toxic people. I don't care what Amber Heard's doing with her activism. There's so many fucking people that do that. They just do it to pat themselves on the back. Amber Heard's she looks like a fucking she's like a bloodsucker. Dude, okay, Zod, check your DMs on your Twitter. I sent you the link. All you'll have to do is click on the link. Check your DMs on Twitter and click that link. And that should do it for you, man. Yeah, Minka Kelly, she's just so goddamn hot. Yeah, Stallone, I don't know. Yeah, she's my best friend. Well, yeah, Twitter. Check Twitter. There you go, bud. Just bending over backwards, sucking their own dick. What? That's pretty much what they're doing. Watched Hellboy an hour ago, and the critics can kiss my ass. I don't want an Oscar. Just a good time. Yeah, it's not a bad movie. It's not as bad as they're making it seem. Not bad at all. There's a lot of enjoyable things in Hellboy. Very much so. I'm just saying the last scene, I enjoyed it the most. I really did. Hey, look at that, Mr. Black Suit Edition. So we just talking about girls we like over here? Yes, right. Who do you like there, Chris? You want to join in on the pod too? Thank you, Damon Impact. I'm telling you, they're both just crazy people. I mean, to not think that Johnny Depp is not batshit out of his mind is crazy. To not think that Amber Heard is not a toxic person either, when you've heard stuff about her, you're out of your mind. That's the thing. We all have to be on a side, and I hate that shit. I'm all about looking at the evidence. And I've been saying that ever since this shit started. I'm like, first Johnny Depp got thrown under the bus, and I went, it's not all him. And then she got thrown under the bus by his side. And I'm like, well, it's not all her. And I'm just like, it's both. Do I enjoy Amber Heard and looking at her? Yes, she's a very gorgeous woman. Do I enjoy Johnny Depp movies and think he's a talented actor? Absolutely. But yeah. Okay. So, oops. Brightness. Such a waste of hotness. Johnny Depp looks wise. Hey, there's the guy. I think he made it. Zod?
I'm here.
He's here. What's going on? What's going on, my friend?
Man, it's great to be on here and finally be talking to you. I feel pretty good. I mean, I'm drinking a little vodka myself.
Hey, there you go. Well, cheers. Well, cheers, guy. Appreciate you coming on here.
Yeah. Hey, it's great. It's great. I've wanted to talk
Whoa,
forever, and
whoa.
I'm sorry, man. I
Your
must have cut
microphone's
out.
a little fuzzy there, but
I cut
yeah.
out for a minute there. Yeah. I think it's the vodka.
Yeah, there you go. Your microphone's drunk already.
Yeah, that could be the case. But
so what's happening, man? Talk about yourself. I know some people know you. Some people were actually excited that you were coming on here. Look at Hardboiled. I don't know if you have the live chat open, but some people know you.
yeah, you know what? I had been doing my podcast for a long time, and then I just kind of got busy and stopped doing it. So I want to return to it, but I want it to be something big, which is why I'm hoping that I'm successful in being able to get Walter Hamada.
Oh,
Because
that's right. You were trying to get that.
that's like my dream. That's like my dream thing, man. And then I want to have you and Chris Wong come on with me and a couple other people, and we'll just make it a big powwow.
Yeah, hasn't Chris Wong been on your podcast, right?
Yeah, he was on last summer when we thought we were close to getting the Snyder Cut released before Comic-Con.
Yep, I remember that. that was a fun time because I was one of the people that said, I'm hearing not so much. So
okay, so you were getting your balls broken,
of course,
back then about that too. Now this is the thing. It's like I keep remembering the picture of you, Fiona, and Chris Wong.
Yeah,
Chris Wong is Superman, you're Batman, and Fiona is Wonder Woman.
Fitting.
So I looked at it like that, and I always thought, okay, these are, this actually makes sense considering all the videos and different things you guys have done, and Fiona needs no introduction, so it's always an interesting thing to think about and ponder. And I just want to say all that banter and stuff, back and forth on Twitter, I never really take it all that serious. And I think sometimes I get misunderstood because of the way it's presented, a lot like how you two, and a lot of times I'm being sarcastic too in a lot of things that I'm saying. So it all just depends. But the one thing I'm curious about with these phone calls is that, we think we're doing something good for the movement when we're calling up and doing this, but it seems like if we're just talking to basically low-level staffers who don't know anything, what's the point of even calling them? They've obviously got the point that the Snyder Cut needs to be released, that there's a following, that there's people who want it. So in your opinion, what do you think the best thing for us to do to ramp up the pressure is at this point? Are we in a good spot where we can just sit there and be like, okay, now we just wait it out, we do our social media thing, and we wait and see what's going to happen? Or do you think that there's another level that we need to go to that we haven't already done?
Well, I think I'm not saying that the phone campaign was not a success. It was, because I guess when the first round of campaigns happened, they were just like, oh, we don't know what the hell you're talking about. Now they know what you guys are talking about. And, when it comes to the responses, it sounds like, okay, there's a lot of similar responses that people are getting now. Cool. But now like you said, what's the next step? And I'm just saying, getting your podcast out, my podcast out, getting people with big followings, talking about it, getting the information out there. I mean, like what we got earlier this week about the Ray Porter stuff. I mean, that was a big get. And then even today, the guy, the stuntman guy that apparently played Ares in the history lesson of Justice League, it was a week ago that he posted a comment saying that, yeah, he played Ares. There was a fight between him and Darkseid or Uxas in the history lesson. And now all of a sudden that's getting thrown all over the place. And I'm just saying that as long as we keep doing that, we keep on using the social media stuff, you use your voice with your show. Same with me, same with Chris Wong, everybody. You just got to keep on doing that. I mean, I think when it comes to the phone campaign, you said you've called how many times?
My thing is I've been calling about Hamada, and then this is what I do. I call up there, and I always say right away when I call, I always say, Walter Hamada's office, please. And I never have a problem. They always transfer me directly to the office, and then I get the same lady I've talked to 4 times.
Yeah.
And and all I do, I start trying to talk about, of course, the podcast, because when you call there, you have to have a reason to talk to them. You can't just call them up and ask about the Snyder Cut. That's that's something that if you do that, you're going to get transferred to a voicemail, or they're going to cut you off and just tell you anything. So what I've been trying to do is I use the idea of the Hamada podcast, which is something that I really want to do. And so the last time I called last week, she was really, really, like, she remembered me from before, and she's like, "Oh yeah, we haven't forgotten about you." She said, "I'll present your, your idea, your podcast to Mr. Hamada again, and when he has time available, this isn't a no, but if he has time available, I will, we will get in contact with you to set something up." And she was really, and she did remember, because I had called and talked to her before. She actually remembered my name, so I was kind of impressed. And so then I just kind of casually brought it up, and I said, so do you, do you get a lot of calls about that other version of Justice League? And she says, "Yes, we get calls daily." And then that's when she said the line that, that I'd posted, "It's being prepped for eventual release."
Okay.
Now really, when she said that, the way she said it, it was just something she blurted out before she, but like before she even realized what she said. It was just something she said. And then she changed the subject after I said, "Oh, that's cool." And she changed the subject and went right back to the podcast again. And she said, "Okay." She took my information down again, and she said, "Okay, and I do have a contact number on file for you and whatever." So then I just, said, "Thank you for your time," and hung up. But I felt like this time around it was a little bit different, because she'd actually remembered who I was. And, she didn't have to tell me that. She could have just told me anything, and could have just said about what other people are getting. Well, we can't really talk about it right now, the policy. And, people that have been calling between yesterday and today are getting a lot of that, but at least they're acknowledging it now.
Yeah.
Which is something they weren't doing before. So that's kind of what my big issue is. I just like the fact that they're acknowledging it now versus before they were not. So I don't know.
And that's what I'm talking about. That's why I said it's a success. It was a success. And the thing is, you have a tool at your disposal, unlike other people who are just calling about it, and maybe acting nervous on the phone, and, they don't know, talking to somebody, especially, fans all around the world that are calling the number. You actually have a show. You're trying to do it differently than other people. So that's why you stand out. That's why she was able to be like, "Oh yeah, I remember you. You're the one with the show. You want to interview this, that, and this." So that's actually a good thing that that is happening. That's why she recognized you, more comfortable with you. So you're actually getting more success out of the campaign than I would say other people. And that's good.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to, do whatever I can do for the movement. I mean, at one point I was going to change my regular Zod Rider Show makeup and just do, turn it into Snyder Cut Radio. And that was my plan. And I did one episode. But what happened is, and what made me think about it and realize that wasn't something that I should probably do, is just because on a daily basis, there's so much content that comes out in regards to the Snyder Cut. I feel like we're all doing more just by communicating on Twitter and social media like we always do. And then, between people like you and Chris Wong, there's a wealth of information that comes out just constantly. So to me, it kind of feels redundant when you have that. But at the same time, I can kind of understand where the redundancy is a good thing, because then it just reaches out to more people and gets people who are, it gets more people excited. So I don't know.
Exactly.
I want to come back, but the next time I do my podcast, I want it to be something in regards to the Snyder Cut, which is why I'm hoping that I can get successful and get Hamada on. I think that would be amazing, just to be able to talk to him, because I wouldn't berate him about the Snyder Cut. Obviously, we would bring the Snyder Cut up, but we would get to it. It would be something that we would just kind of put in there, because I think if he knew he was going to get berated about the Snyder cut, he probably wouldn't come on. So it's it's one of those things where you just have to know what to say to people, and I think that's the thing about the phone campaign. But I mean, you made some good points about it, and I really did just want to know what your take on it was in terms of, are we doing the right thing still calling, or is it something we should stop doing at this point? I mean, it's like, are you beating a dead horse, or are you just adding to the chorus?
Well, I think after a while it might just be beating a dead horse, and I think it's probably getting to that point because, like I said, now that I actually watched numerous videos just to see what the reception was from the messages from these people. What were people getting, and I just started seeing like the same like 2 or 3 responses that they're getting now. So I think like I said before, it's like at first they were like they had no knowledge of it. Now they have knowledge of it. You went a little further because you had a tool at your disposal, which is your show, and you wanted to interview the man himself. And I'm actually glad that you said that you wouldn't just berate him with Snyder Cut questions. That's good. When it comes to all this stuff, you really have to be professional about it. You can't just, and I've said this time and time, probably on my podcast, probably on here, is you have to reach a point. I think I really reached a point too, where you gotta you can't always be a fan. Like you could be dedicated to something, you could be a fan of something, but sometimes you have to go above and beyond. When you have a following, I have a following, and I always feel like I'm responsible for getting proper information out there. Is it always correct? No, no. Sometimes I fuck up. I'm not gonna be, it's not always correct. But I try to be as thorough as possible. I've tried to make friends in higher places. I've made connections, and I just feel like it's my responsibility to get the proper information out there. So that's why when stuff happens, I go, whoa. Let's hold on. Let's pump the brakes a little bit here before this, that, and this. And I know some people don't like that. And like what Hardboiled Entertainment said right there, be professional and have some integrity. That's what integrity is always my thing, and I get accused for not having integrity when I'm not fully getting hyped because I'm sitting there going, well, I'm actually talking about this and this, that, and this. Scoopy pants. I love the fact that people are using Scoopy Pants like crazy. I mean, I'm glad I freaking coined his name, Scoopy Pants, and people call Humberto that. But when it comes to the phone campaign, I'm thinking now after this wave, they've really gotten the message. And I don't know. I think maybe that should probably stop. You, on the other hand, if you want to continue, I mean, if you were to get Walter Hamada phone call, like a 5-minute, 3-minute, fucking 2.5-minute phone call on something, that would be a good get. So I don't have any issues with you trying to do it. I mean, I don't know when was the last time you did your show, but I mean, really try to get that show back up and going.
Yeah. The last big guest that I had on my show was, I think it was Lisa Wilcox from the Nightmare on Elm Street movies.
There you go.
And I think she was the last really big guest that I had. And then I went and then after that, I started becoming heavily involved with, Zack Snyder type stuff, and was trying to gear things more along those lines and trying to switch things up a bit. But ultimately, yeah, I agree with you. I think even being able to get Walter Hamada for 5 minutes would be extremely awesome. But my goal would be to get him for a half hour if I could.
Yeah, of course.
Because that would be wonderful. And like I said, I have this whole thing envisioned of what I would want to do. I wouldn't want it to just be me. I would want to have like a little panel of people, and you're included in that. I would want you to come on too, because at this point, I kind of feel like the Snyder Cut movement as a whole needs to be represented at some point. Like when this is all said and done, and we finally do get this movie, whether it's in a few months or it's like 5-6 years from now, at the very least, it would be nice to come back and be able to talk about this from the perspective of people who were there and who lived, who lived through this and
through the dark times,
everything we went through, and everything that it's become. I mean, you have to look at it from the point of view that there's so many different fringe groups within the Snyder Cut movement that's what's kind of made it difficult, because we can't all be on a united front, and that to me is the biggest problem.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we all have our different voices, I've always said that, Chris Wong is like, he's the hope, I'm the optimism, maybe, it's like he's the yin, I'm the yang. He'll be more inspirational, with his videos. When you watch him, he's very like hopeful and this, that, and this, and I just say it as it is. With my stuff, I'll just be like, well, this is what I heard, and I've said that many times where it's like, I hate being this guy, but this is what I heard, but that's why it's fitting that he's Superman, I'm Batman.
Oh yeah. I mean, and I got that impression from him when I had him on my show. I was just excited to have him on, and I was almost like, just as starstruck to have Chris Wong on the show as I am to get, as I am to get some, movie director or a actor or actress. It's just, to me, it's like when you watch his videos, he comes off as insanely positive, larger than life, and it's just infectious. You can't get enough of it, and you can't help but get excited. Like, in contrast, if you've seen his video that he put out about, the phone calls and stuff, the amount of positive, energy that he brought to it when he was describing it and talking about it was just amazing. And it's the kind of thing that I think that if more people were, that happy and that positive about these things, the movement itself would be better, because positive is good, and it will, compel people to participate more and to do more. I mean, you've got people talking about they want to put up billboards. They, the whole idea where they flew the airplane, all the campaigns, the suicide prevention, all that great stuff. Right. This is the Snyder Cut movement has done a lot of positive and great things. And I think if it could unify a little more, this thing could turn into really, and not to sound corny, but literally like a force for good. Honestly, it's unbelievable what it could be if we could all get together and there weren't so many fringes that exist within.
Yeah,
there's so many fractures.
There's a little pocket that has some issues. Definitely, they have issues with me, and I've spoken with those guys, but I've also tried to take a different approach. Sometimes it's difficult, when you got people just calling you out for being fake and this, that, and this. Sometimes I just gotta like step back and be like, well, wait a minute, let's take a different kind of approach, and especially with certain people. But I get what you're saying, and that's one thing that is great about the Snyder Cut movement, and that was one of the things that that made me upset about the Ben Fritz Wall Street Journal article that, of course, came out last year? Was that last year, or was that
article made me cry because I read the man's book. Okay.
Oh,
his book. Let me tell you something. That book made me feel like that man should be one of our biggest supporters. If you read that book, you will think that guy is like, he's gonna like be leading the cause and doing release the Snyder Cut hashtags in the articles that he writes. It's unbelievable. It seems like there's two different Ben Fritzes. It's crazy.
Yeah. I could see what you're talking about. I haven't read his book, but I remember. I remember you tweeting about it, and he actually responded too, or something like that.
Yeah, he responded to me. He did.
Yeah,
he responded because this is because he could tell that I read the book, because I specifically talked about certain things that he said in the book, and certain types of certain words and things that he used, and then he's made some reference to the old Shadow radio serial, and so the tweet was a little bit of a play on words.
Well, according according to Steven right here, Mr. Colbert, like he apparently left entertainment journalism. So maybe, interesting. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, he had said about the shadow and was talking about like he was going, like he was trying to play off of it, like like the whole who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of man kind of thing. So it almost comes off like he's trying to say, yeah, that's the real me. But I had to write this. I had to write this article. This is something that they wanted me to do or whatever. Because the article itself is almost like a parody of what he writes in the book. And that's why I say it looks like it's two totally different writers. And I felt bad because I'm like, this is a guy you could actually like and actually look up to. And when Chris Wong was talking about initially that, oh yeah, I was interviewed by Ben Fritz, there was a reason to be excited because that book is really, really great.
Interesting.
I think he sold himself out, and I don't understand.
Probably
why.
did. He probably did. He's probably, because that was his job. He probably felt sleazy about it, and probably still does feel sleazy about it.
I gotta agree. I mean, if you read that book, you will see. And I honestly, it's like one of those things where when you read something, I think I made the comparison to reading that book and then reading that article would be like finding out that Roger Ebert believed that Halle Berry deserved an Oscar for Catwoman. I mean, dude, it's such a drastic, like there's a big divide. It's like a good example would be like the difference between the Snyder Cut and Justice League.
Yeah.
It's apples and oranges. It's a completely different thing. And it just, I mean, it's like, wow, how could somebody who has been an activist for integrity and film integrity and has always been this way.
It would be very interesting to I don't know, to ask him about it. I mean, I
actually thought about at some point trying to get in touch with him. Maybe that'll be the next Zod Rider show I do. Maybe I'll try to get Ben Fritz on the show and see if I can talk to him. Because I really want to know, because as a fan of his book and as somebody who respects him and can see what he's talking about and what he's all about, there's a reason why people should have been excited about him writing that article. After reading that book, I felt like we couldn't have got any better. He was going to write something great in the Wall Street Journal.
Big time exposure, yeah.
And we were going to get that movie because I mean, he's got a lot of ideas. He's got a lot of passion when it comes to director integrity and film integrity as a whole. I mean, we talk a lot about that. We talk a lot about integrity in the Snyder Cut movement and stuff, but this guy really lays it out. It was disappointing to say the least.
Yeah, when I first heard about it, and then Chris Wong, he hit me up and he said, "Hey, I got chosen," and he asked if I did, and I'm like, "No, I didn't get any. I didn't get any message or anything like that." My immediate response was, "Oh shit!" Like, hold on, man, be careful. We don't know. And then, like what Steven just said too, right now in the chat, he said he was told a few weeks before that it was a hit piece. So and like you said, it had to be something that he was put up to, and now he's no longer doing it. I guess he's working with USA News and doing more stuff that he's wants to talk about. But yeah, that'd be a really good get. I should even try to go for that too, and just ask him, like, why was it written like this? Why did you not include? I mean, that was the big thing when I did my video about it. I mean, of course, people were like totally just like, what the hell? And I went, okay, first off, it could have been worse. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. But at the same time, I questioned, why didn't you mention about the suicide prevention and the raising money for that? There was no mention of that.
Because it would have gone against the narrative he was trying to paint, which was, we're a bunch of buffoons chasing vapor. That's what it is, dude. Like this article had, it seemed like we were asking for something that they would have to go out and film, and that's where we were getting all the junk articles on other sites asking for a Snyder cut of The Last Jedi for Star Wars. And
Yeah.
I really feel like if I were Ben Fritz, I think I would have had to refuse that article. I think I would have had to walk away and have some dignity, especially after he just put out a book about that very same subject. I mean, you talk about irony. I mean, that is incredible. Like, you're just like, whoa, dude. I mean, I don't know.
That's interesting, man.
But I was a fan after I read that book.
Oh, okay.
I felt really, really great about it. And when I listened to Chris, it was just like, you know, he was really, really passionate about it all. And I remember when I did the Zod Rider show that I did right after that Wall Street Journal article came out. And I just remember just monologuing for 2 hours because I was so angry about the article. And like you said, it could have been worse, but I don't see how much worse it could have been, because we were literally being looked at like we were lunatics. So I mean, and you got to feel bad for Fiona and Chris, because they were actually interviewed. And think about Jay Oliva too.
Oh yeah,
same scenario. He was interviewed.
He was livid. He was livid. Yeah. I mean, he expressed it on Twitter how pissed off he was about that, which I thought was great. You know, yeah, it was all the wrong questions were asked, and then of course it always goes back to, oh yeah, and then we contacted a source over at Warner Brothers, and they said no, it does not exist, and it's just like, that's what everybody keeps on doing, you know. And of course, anybody that works for Warner Brothers is going to say it doesn't exist
at that time.
Yeah, at that time,
and that's the funny part. That's the funny part, though. You know, and that's why I tried to, on Twitter today, I tried to say, okay, Ben Fritz, who did you talk to? Did you talk to an operator, or did you talk to a personal assistant? Because I really feel like that matters. Who did you talk to when you quoted in your article where you said a source at Warner Brothers? I mean, all of us, you know, to bring it back to the phone calls, when we made those phone calls, whether it's a personal or assistant or an operator, that's a source at Warner Brothers. That's somebody at Warner Brothers providing you with information. So who did Ben Fritz talk to? Or did he just say that and not even talk to anybody?
It could have been that. And that's the shitty thing about sources. And, you know, and that's why now when I talk about my source, I just go, no, my guy. Because my guy is just a guy who hit me up, who found me. He contacted me. He said he liked my videos.
Now, is this Ken?
No, it's not Ken.
Okay.
No, it's not Ken. It's nobody that works for Warner Brothers or worked for Warner Brothers. This is somebody within Snyder's circle that's worked with Snyder multiple times. That's who it is. I can't go any further than that. That's why I just go like, hey, it's my guy. And that's what I'm saying now, because he doesn't know everything either. And that's what sucks too, is like when certain things come about, he's not going to have the answers for everything. When it comes to other things, I can hit him up, like the Ray Porter thing. I went, hey, man, did you hear about this? And he immediately hit me up back and said, yes, it's true. So that's why I said that in my video. I said, hey, you know, hit up my guy. He said it's true. And that's why I immediately went to the video. But at the same time, I could see why websites haven't picked up that news yet, that there are people out there like Steve.
That's not getting the traction that it's not
because
the release group wanted.
And the reason why is because they say it's a source close to production. They're not saying who it is, so nobody can really go, well, I can't just go by that. But I know people that are working on things right now as we speak that are trying to do their due diligence to actually be like, well, this is what we found out. This is this, that, and this. And then they're going to start pushing out their articles. And then it's going to make the circulation. And I know the guys who did it were hoping it was just going to blow up, break the internet, you know, more than Kim Kardashian's ass. They thought that was going to be the thing. But they got to realize that when you just put, oh, we got this source unknown, there's so much bullshit out there, man. You know, and I get fed it all the time. I get people in my DMs, my Instagram DMs that are sending me screenshots of people just white noise coming out of the ether, you know, just saying this, oh, this, that, and this, and it's just not true. it's like most of it isn't true. So that's why I always had to like step back and do my due diligence. That's why I like, my guy, because he knows a lot of what the hell is going on. He don't know everything, which sucks, but yeah, that's my responsibility, and when it comes to like Ben Fritz, and those guys just contacting somebody over at Warner Bros. Sometimes they have a source within that feeds them information. I know guys. I've talked to scoopers that have legitimate sources that are in the morning. Sorry, I just got distracted. Film Gob just put the shit emoji on the live chat there. I guess he's sick. Sorry, buddy. That sucks.
I love you, Film Gob. You are awesome, brother.
There you go. But I legitimately think these scoopers have people on the inside. But at the same time, if they're working for Warner Brothers, they're not going to admit that it exists. But now they can't help but not say it exists when the man himself on video said, yes, it exists. Look at this, what I circled on the poster. That's your runtime. There you go. It's in Warner Brothers' hands to help finish it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it was nice that on that Ray Porter thing, it was nice to see him actually tweet out about NDAs. That was hilarious because it's the truth. A lot of these people are not talking because NDAs are a thing and they are real. And that's probably why Zack Snyder couldn't tell us more stuff.
Oh no, he can't.
NDAs. So it's all real. I kind of look at it like that. It's all real. It's all real somewhere.
It's all real somewhere. Well, hey man, keep doing what you're doing. And I know like we get wrapped up in these threads sometimes, and I didn't know. This is the first time we've actually talked. This is the first time I've heard you before. Like I briefly, listened in on the podcast that you had with Chris Wong. I remember he tweeted that out. So but sometimes when I see that stuff, I'm at work, so I can't fully listen to it. But I'm glad you came on here. I'm glad you discussed, with everything, because I wasn't sure, like, are you being more of a fan, or are you being, the professional side? And it sounds like you are taking more a professional approach, and that's what I'm saying with guys like you and me and Chris and everybody, and even the Comic Marks guys. We just gotta, if we're voices and people are looking at us, even Film Gob, we're looking at us. I mean, we all have our own strengths. I mean, we all have what we do. I do my stupid shit, my stupid videos. I mean, Film Gob, he'll do his videos that are just off the cuff, and they're entertainment. But when it comes to like doing the information, especially with this movement, we got to be, we got to do our due diligence. And like I said, just keep doing what you're doing, man. Get back on it. Start, get back doing your show. If you want me to come on your show, but since you've come on mine, I will gladly come on your show. Just tell me when and where, or when and where.
Hey, you're always welcome. It'll be great to have you. I was thinking in my head of a show where I could have you and then have Chris come back.
Oh, yeah, it's always
be the three of us.
Panel. Oh yeah, it's
yeah.
great.
Chris
that's
is.
What we did.
And that's what I was thinking. And I have all these ideas about coming back. And again, because I haven't done one in a while. Since the last one I did was, I think, was called Snyder Cut Radio, and it was an episode where I talked about it. And I can't even remember exactly what time frame that was, but yeah, definitely there's some stuff I want to do that I think would be great, and it's nice to know that you'd be open to coming on, because I definitely would love to have you, and this is, and this has been wonderful. I'm so glad that we were able to finally talk, because we've been kind of bumping into each other for a while now. So.
Definitely have. Yeah, I've seen you in my mentions and stuff like that, and so this has been good, man. So I'm going to go ahead and let you be on your merry way, and I'm going to talk to the peeps for about a little bit longer until I finish my drink, but I appreciate you coming on, man. Hey, do you have a real name, or you just go by Zod, or what's going on?
I just go by Zod Ryder, or people.
Not everybody uses their real name.
People call me Joseph.
Joseph. Hey, there you go. Whichever. But Zod, hey, Neil before Joseph doesn't really work as well as Neil.
Yeah.
All right, bud. I appreciate you coming on, and we'll do that soon. All right, man.
All right. Thanks for having me, Dave. You have a good one, man.
You too, man. Take it easy. All right.
All right.
Cool. Just go ahead and hit the hang up button. I can't kick you out. There you go. All right. I guess I can kick people out, but I choose not to be that mean. So yeah, I appreciate Zod coming on here. You know, I wasn't, like I said, I've briefly heard him. I've talked to him many times. Wasn't sure what to expect, but sounds like a really down to earth dude. And you know, when it comes, like I said, when it comes to the whole phone campaign thing, I mean, it sounds like he got further than most people, which is always good. Always good. Always good. So, hey, what's going on here? I only got a little bit left. Man, I feel like okay. I feel like I'm not that, I'm still not, you know, I'm not as belligerent as I usually am. Crazy. I think it's because I ate all that pizza. I'm not going to refill my drink, though. Let's talk, guys. What's going on? Did you guys enjoy that? You guys enjoy having him on? Yeah? Word, data answer, hard boiled. Well, okay, what's the question? Oh, yeah. Chris Dawson. Ooh, guys, don't think too hard about that. Amanda's lying in bed. Ooh. And look at Russ is trying to, yeah, Russ says go to Dave's. It's a little late. She lives about a half an hour away, so yeah. Are you guys all in bed right now? Should I be in bed? What's going on? Dave, let's play Fuck, Marry, Kill. Amy Adams, Gal Gadot, Amber Heard. I would marry Amy Adams. I would fuck Gal Gadot, and I would kill Amber Heard. Yes. Because I would never want to kill Gal Gadot or Amy Adams. But Amber Heard, like I said, she's a little toxic. Probably should kill her before she killed me. Just be glad she didn't fucking sink her teeth into fucking Elon Musk too much there. Oh, man. So that's it right there. Yeah. Amy Adams she's total wifey material. Are you kidding me? And Gal Gadot is just, oof, so sexy. So sexy. Yeah, exactly, Chris. She'd kill me first. Agree to those. See, I think we all are pretty much in agreement with all that. Same. They'd be my pick as well. Yeah, I'm telling you. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. But yeah, Vikander Tomb Raider 2 is coming. Hopefully. God damn. Alicia Vikander was, I mean, she was hot in general, but man, she just had this tight body. Tight body. Oh yeah, Elon Musk is crazy too. You have to be crazy when you're a genius. You have to be crazy. All the shit that he does, you have to be like a little insane. At least he got to hit that for a little bit. I mean, my God. Gal Gadot, Minka Kelly, Alicia Vikander would be my dream scenario. Send me to heaven. Yeah, but which one would you want to kill? That's a difficult one because Minka Kelly, man. Jesus. Amy Adams, Gal Gadot never age. Yeah, they don't seem to. Fuck Amber Heard and kill Gal Gadot. Nah, not me. Not me, man. Vikander's Tomb Raider 2 just got yeah. Hopefully that's coming soon, man. Because Tomb Raider, I enjoyed the shit out of it. I thought she was great. Enchanted. Yeah, I forgot about Enchanted. That was before. I mean, Amy Adams was in Talladega Nights before she was anybody, you know? Jesus. We forget that Amy Adams was in Talladega Nights. Good stuff. She gets curvier. Nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with curves. Me likes the curves. Bring Minka Kelly in. I'll forget who Amy. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Minka Kelly comes in the room. You forget who anybody is. That woman is too gorgeous. What's up, Simon? Oh, was that you that sent me that post? No, you got to stop sending. Yeah, you got to stop looking at that stupid FB movies and television. That they just post anything. They're going off a guy on Twitter who constantly says bullshit. Who says he's got a source, and his source said this, his source said that, and then when it doesn't work out, he fucking spins it where it's like, well, I didn't exactly say that. So, she had sex with Will Ferrell in Applebee's. Yeah, exactly. Amy Adams had sex. It's about to get weird. Seems like Amanda's having a fun time on here. Sean C. I remember fake news. Yeah, it's fake news, man. Yeah, you'd fuck Minka Kelly, marry Minka Kelly, and kill Amber Heard. Jesus. Good job tonight. This is how you bring us together. See, this is what I wanted because I wasn't sure because, you know, he was in the thread with a bunch of other people and the people that were coming at me, and he was kind of just like calling people out too. And I was like, okay, is this guy, how is he being? And then when he started talking, I went, okay, this is not just a fan. He's trying to be professional with it. And his whole approach to the phone calls was different. So I actually respect that. I thought, I actually thought earlier, I was like, why is he calling so much? But he's got himself a different kind of approach, and it's a good one. I just want him to get back on his show. We need more voices like that out there to help it. So thank you, Russ, for saying that. Apparently, hey, Amanda, according to Russ, you're on your way. So I'll see you in a little bit. She's too popular in here, Russ. I don't know if that's going to be the case. Well, of course she's fantasizing about Charlie Hunnam. She's always fantasizing about Charlie Hunnam. That's her number one dude. I don't think she's got a new dude. Yeah, see? Now everybody's like asking her about dudes. Russ really wants us to bang, you know. Yeah, because we've never banged before, Russ. I know. We just never have. Never. It's never happened. Yeah, no. We've known each other for, 12 years or something like that? Pretty close. And we never banged. I know. It's crazy, right? Hey, Dave, did you hear Trump is getting copyright by Warner Brothers using the dark? Yeah, I know. I saw that. Oh, look at that. Yeah, I saw that. The whole Trump thing. What's kind of funny about that is like, I bet you if it was Obama, they wouldn't have cared, you know? But it's Trump, so of course they're going to do that. And I thought it was pretty ballsy. I thought it really was ballsy. I was like, wow. But at the same time, I have a bunch of people on my timeline angry quote tweeting that video. And I'm going, this is what Trump does. He knows that people hate him. He knows that people hate him, but they fucking constantly tweet about him, constantly this. So he's playing that game. It's weird. He got taken down before I got to watch it. Which music from... I don't even remember. I think Armie Hammer's awesome based on the performance. Yeah, Armie Hammer's awesome. He's awesome. I'm just saying, if he ends up donning the fucking bat cow, I won't be disappointed. I know he says things, but we got to remember, Jason Momoa kept denying the shit out of being Aquaman for a while. Dave and Amanda are like the Ross and Rachel of the movement. Okay. We were on a break. I always thought I was Chandler, but whatever. Yeah. Dark Knight Rises. I don't even think she knows what the movement is. I think she kind of knows what it is, but I haven't really like chimed her in on every little thing. You know, so I don't know if she really knows exactly what the Snyder Cut movement is. So maybe I'll update her on Chandler and Janice. Oh my God. I could see you doing that, Amanda. Dave, you're clearly Joey. Thank you. Why? Because I'm dumb? How dare you? I feel like us guys in the chat are all circle drink or what girls we like. So we need to include Amanda in the nasty conversations. No, that's fine. She's perfectly... Yeah, she's so not Janice. I'm just saying. she's not Janice. No, that's fine. She's open to it. I've had explicit conversations about celebrities she'd bang. She's okay with it. Don't worry. She's perfectly okay with it. Dave, could you see Edgar Wright coming? Hey, every Vodka stream we talk about this. Edgar Wright would be the perfect director for Flash because of his quick edits and stuff like that. Yeah, we are real life friends. You know, who have never joined at the crotch. Okay, for those that are asking. Dark, am I conservative? No, I'm not. I consider myself very much like, if I had a pick, I'd be libertarian, if anything. I have family members, lots of family members that are conservative. My dad is conservative. And I'm talking about my Mexican side. They voted for Trump. It's crazy. So, but yeah, right now, I find myself agreeing more with conservatives because it just seems like there's a lot more sanity on that side right now. The liberal side is just getting a little, whoo. Dave, do you think we'll ever get Tom Hardy's Splinter Cell? Yeah, whatever happened to that? I mean, I want more Tom Hardy anything, man. Jeez. That's my man crush. Tom Hardy's always been my man crush. Jesus. That guy. I'm conservative with libertarian leanings. Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's like, yeah, it's very hard in this spectrum, you know. That's why when like Ben Shapiro like tweeted that out, I knew it was going to cause a ruckus, and immediately, and I knew the people on the timeline who were going to comment about that because they are very liberal, very much this, and I'm like, and I just knew it was going to cause a shitstorm. And I just find it funny, you know. I don't, you know, it's like. So it looks like Amanda would marry Jason Momoa, fuck Ben Affleck, and kill Henry Cavill. You better not say that to Kathy, Amanda. Good thing she's not watching tonight. Kathy would kill you before you killed Henry Cavill. You'd really marry? I would think you'd want to. I would think you'd rather fuck Jason Momoa and marry Ben Affleck. Is it because Ben Affleck and his alcoholism? That's what it is, huh? How dare you? The man has a disease. So you swing both ways, Dave? Ha 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 ha. When's Tom Hardy's Fonzo come out? I'm not sure. I think it comes out sometime this year because I saw Josh Trank tweet about it. So we'll see. Kathy and I have opposite tastes. Yeah, you guys, you really do. You do. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Ben does. Yeah, I guess Jason Momoa, he's really a family man. He's really family oriented. I think a lot of girls just look at him as that fantasy, that, you know, coming out of the water, flipping his hair up, all jacked and tatted up, you know. Strictly centrist. There are things that normal Democrats, Republicans say that I would agree with, but the fringes are what keep me in the middle. Oh, yeah. It's so fringed. It's crazy. Yeah, Zod, right or left? This is kind of the format that I'm working with, is bring somebody on, and then I'll finish off with you guys. Like, we've been talking for almost an hour and a half, guys. It's been an hour and 20 minutes. I'm about to wrap this up. Hey, Dave, when are you getting married? Never. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't met that special woman yet there. I'd say I'm not conservative, but I'd rather vote for a party of common sense when the party that attacks you for saying men and women are different. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's really crazy. Fuck Hemsworth, marry RDJ, and kill Evans. Jeez. Yeah, that makes sense. Robert Downey, you know, that's a guy that's going to keep you laughing and keep you entertained. And he's rich as shit. Hemsworth is just a Greek god, and Evans is just like the pretty boy that's like, whatever. So that makes sense. Finn and Poe, gay or what? I don't know. Do you want them to be gay there, Chris? It's up to you. You have your own fantasies. Is Amanda the special woman? I don't know. She's spoken for, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just I can't say you can't say stuff like that. See? And she's full of herself. She even said, "I'm cute." Look at that. She's so full of herself. My God. Chris Evans is a gentleman, sir. Yes, I know he is. I'm just going by what she said. Not me. I wouldn't kill Chris Evans. Nah. Your WB, how would you release the Snyder Cut when it's ready to go? 1 week limited run, one night. I would say 1 week. And associated with Fathom, yeah. I would say 1 week and then go right to video. And then I put it on the DC streaming service. I know you're not, Amanda. I'm just joking. Who dies in Endgame? I'm pretty sure Cap is gone. I don't know. You know, that's what I'm thinking. Dave, will you marry a comic book fangirl? That'd be probably the more logical approach. You know, a girl who's really nerdy, loves the movies, and loves the cape shit. Be nice. That would be nice. Wait, Russ, what are you saying is the plan? Cap and Tony. Don't spoil anything. I know you know things. So are you, we know you and Chris fucked at SnyderCon. Who told you about that? Do we have pictures? Would I marry someone and wear a Batman shirt underneath your tux? Oh, fuck yeah, I would. And then just rip it apart and be like, yes. What are you talking about? I'd be wearing my bat cowl. I'd be wearing the mask. We've gone over this. She'll be dressed as Catwoman, and the Joker is going to be the priest. Why not? But she'd be a cunt? Are you talking about the comic book girl would be? Who is Russ? Russ Barnes. He's right there. Your Snyder Cut plan for releasing it. Yeah. What, are you saying that eventually the plan? Well, we'll talk later. Because that would be a really good, if it ever got finished, or even if it didn't, even if it in its state right now, just put it up on the fucking DC universe. So, I don't know. Hey, Dave, do you think Sinestro will be a villain in Green Lantern Corps? Or will they have a hat? They should. I mean, yeah. There could be so much, though. There could be so much. Hey, Dave, fuck Hillary, marry Michelle, kill Ivanka. To be honest with that, I don't know. Yeah. I actually kill Hillary. I would kill Hillary. Probably marry Michelle Obama. And then fuck Ivanka. Because Ivanka's hot-ish. But yeah, kill Hillary. Fuck that shit. See? Amanda has good taste. Am I in Expendables 4? Yes, I am. That's why I'm bulking up. Gotta keep up with those old muscular dudes. Cillian Murphy? I always say Cillian. Cillian Murphy? That's Sinestro? Why not? How come Amanda does not care that I meant? Yeah. I think she's just jealous. Because she'd probably melt if that happened. Michael Fassbender as Sinestro. That's not bad either. I think Fassbender, I mean, I like him as a Riddler too. That'd be kind of cool. How would I rank the Jokers? Ledger's still my favorite. So, all right, guys, we got to wrap this up. It's been 90 minutes. You know, it's been longer than I usually go, but I appreciate you guys clicking in. But it's time to suck down this last drink. It's time to say bye. You guys could continue talking if you want. Amanda's really popular today, so if you guys want to continue talking, I think this chat stays open for a bit. I'm not sure. Well, Mark Hamill. Well, but he's not fully the Joker. he's just got the best Joker laugh, I think. I think he's got the best Joker laugh. I'll give you that. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you clicking in. Thank you to Zod Rider, aka Joseph, for coming on. That was a lot of fun. I'm glad he made the time to do that. And like I said, I'll gladly come on to his show whenever he gets it back up and running, because, you know, hey, we got to scratch each other's backs here. This is what we're talking about. And this is why I want to bring people on to discuss things, because I wasn't sure seeing him in like the thread, especially tonight. I was like, you know, is this guy being more of a fan? Is this guy this? Is he for real? What's going on? And we discussed everything civilly. And I wasn't sure. I just wasn't sure how it was going to go. And it all was fine, you know, and that's what's great. So cheers, everybody. That's what we got to do more of right there. Okay. Come together right now over me. There you go. All right, guys. Good night.